Hi friends, it is May, wahoo, which means it is coming close to the end of this very interesting and different school year. And I have some awesome stories for May for you. I'm going to do three separate ones, and this is the first one. And this particular story is an Indian story from India, and it is called The Cracked Pot. Put my glasses on, I can't see without them. Every day, the water bearer walked down to the stream with two large pots hanging from a pole across his shoulders to fetch water for his master's house. When he first began, he used to run down the steep path with a whistle, but that was many years ago. Now he was old and bent, his shoulders ached, his legs were weak, and one of the pots had a crack. It was time for a younger man to take over the task. On his last day of work, the old water bearer emptied his pots in the kitchen and went out to sit in the shade. To his surprise, the cracked pot spoke. "Forgive me for disturbing your rest," said the pot, "but may I ask you one question?" The water bearer smiled. "I will answer you as best as I can, old friend," he said. "You know, I've been a cracked pot for many years," said the pot. "I always arrive at the master's house half empty, so why have you never replaced me?" "Let's take one last walk to the stream together," said the water bearer, "and then I will answer your question." The water bearer filled the pots at the stream and began to walk back, with the cracked pot dripping as always. Halfway, he stopped and sat on a rock. "Now," he said to the cracked pot, "have you noticed the flowers that only grow on your side of the path? I planted them because I knew you would water them every day." He sighed happily. "Thanks to you, I've been able to enjoy beautiful flowers every spring. To me, your flaw is a blessing. That, my friend, is why I never replaced you." What a beautiful story about finding value in things and friends that maybe aren't perfect. Not a one of us is. We all have our flaws or cracks, as the water bearer said in this story. But we all have value despite our flaws and our cracks. There is something positive and valuable and needed about each and every one of us. So I'd love for you to have a discussion with your family about what it is that is maybe considered a flaw in other people's eyes, but is valuable and perfect in yours. I will tell you, to share something of myself, that my mom thinks I'm really, really silly, right? And I am. Those of you who know me know, very silly. And in her world, when I was growing up, that was not necessarily valuable. To be as silly as I was a lot of the time, not particularly valuable. Being more serious about things would have been valuable. Now, I've always been somebody who loved school, so I always focused on school. But when I wasn't, reading or doing schoolwork, I was being silly, doing something. And what happened? I'm a drama teacher, and my job is to be silly and to create silly stories and to create silly characters. So it did have value, that silliness about me that maybe my mom thought at first was a flaw. And she doesn't think that anymore because she sees that is what drove me to do what I do. So really think about that and have a discussion with your family and see if y'all can figure something out that maybe someone else would consider a flaw, like this crack in the pot, but that can bring beauty and can bring value to the world around you. Thanks for listening to The Cracked Pot. I hope you'll listen to some more for me.